Updates and the games we love, rolling the dice or pushing above, news on the block or old school lore. There's always room for gamers and more. It's not follow for follow, it's a place to connect. Creators, streamers, earning respect. Discord open, join the crew, a community built by me and you.
D&L Gaming and everything between, where the pixels shine and the stories beam, from the stream to the chat we build.
Welcome back to the D&L Gaming Podcast, where we dive into everything from gaming, streaming, and everything in between. I am the Looker 204, and tonight we have an exciting episode lined up. We'll be sitting down with an incredible guest to talk about his journey, the challenges he's faced, and what's next for him in the streaming world. Plus, we've got a Streamer to Dream It segment and a speed round full of fun questions. So there's plenty of insights for an up-and-coming creators. So let's jump into it and level up together. Let me introduce my co-host, my friend, and your co-host, the DingiestScroll.
Howdy, howdy. How's everybody doing? Glad to see everybody back on the podcast, and I'll give it back to Looker.
All right, well, let's welcome tonight's guest, BoyeFran. He's been grinding the streaming space, building his brand, and pushing forward no matter what. BoyeFran, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I was muted now. Thank you for having me.
Glad you could be here. So, for those who may not be familiar with you, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your vibe? What could people expect from your streams?
You want the origin?
Sure, yeah, let's go.
Well, I was born in the wood without parents. Well, maybe I had parents, but they probably fed me until I was able to take care of myself, and were probably eaten by a wild brown bear or a cougar.
Okay.
And then I raised myself in the wilds.
Very
and then
nice.
a tall lady with intimidating energy and large shoulder pads found me and reached her hand and grabbed mine. And I shouted, "Chickabe, shoutate." Yeah, I developed my own wild language, you see, which translates to, "Stay away from me, I don't want your weed." And then countless weeks went by until we were finally able to communicate. And I taught her how to forage and hunt, and she taught me how to pop gum and be a total bitch.
Okay.
And finally she told me, "I work in the Hollywood business, and I see you as a star on a platform called Twitch.tv. And you will go live and entertain tens of viewers that will accumulate after 2.5 years of streaming." And she was right.
My man.
Or maybe
love
that was the
background.
plot. Or maybe that was the plot to the 1994 film Nell, starring Jodie Foster. Either way, we have similar origin.
That might be the best origin story I've ever heard on any one of our podcast episodes ever. Like, I don't know if that was
110%.
pre-recorded, if you were in the bathroom getting ready, getting all prettied up and just like, oh, I'm gonna say this and or what, but A+.
No, it's all right here.
My man, well, that was amazing.
Right here, baby. Right here.
So, how did you come up with your name? Is this something that just kind of came to you one day, or is there like a little ha-ha behind it?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I just wanted it to be a pun. It was a name that I had even before I started streaming. Yeah. My name is a pun, by the way. It's Hugo BoyeFran. It's Hugo BoyeFran.
My man. I also find
okay.
it pretty hilarious where I never said your name aloud. So I was like, I always interpreted it as like, you're my boyfriend. Until you read it out one day and she's like, "Oh my God, BoyeFran." I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's slightly hilarious.
Right.
And
I picked that one up pretty quickly, I won't lie.
no, not me whatsoever.
Well, you're the brains of this operation. I can tell.
That's sad to say. I know.
We're all screwed up on the brains.
So if someone has never watched your stream before, what's a clip or a moment that would give them a great idea on who you are as a content creator?
Oh God! Don't look at my. Please don't pull up my most watched clips.
I've done that.
I feel like we kind of have to now.
Don't feature them. Though they are featured on Twitch, don't feature them here because they're not safe for work. But Just the content isn't. But no, I just I don't know. Uh, a clip. I just say things without thinking about it, and sometimes they're funny and sometimes they're uncomfortable. and but really, it's just for me. It's
Okay,
really just for me.
I dig
I just
that.
want to. I just want to have
I
fun.
do that one quite frequently too.
Yeah.
So a few of our past guests, we've talked about like some of the traditions or inside jokes that they've had with their communities. Do you have anything like that?
Inside joke. Yeah, yeah. I have an AI with my voice,
Okay.
and the AI for some reason really got stuck on fried chicken, and it kept making chicken puns. Um, and so that's an inside joke about like me being obsessed with fried chicken. Uh, well, at least my AI was. And
Okay.
then I had to train it out of it. And now I think it's obsessed with just being sassy. And
Okay.
just saying things that I would never say, but it thinks that I will.
Or is it saying the things that you want to say?
No, I don't want to say them.
Okay.
It's usually like I think that it's trying to train itself on like TikTok brain rot. So it says the TikTok brain rot things that I would say just like ironically, like just making fun of it, but it's saying it like earnestly.
Okay. Okay. I dig that. Do you think there's anything in your niche or you that kind of separates you from everybody else? Like I've seen a couple of your streams and your background that I see right now, and you used to have that like 3D shirt going on, and I was like, that is amazing, and I could even replicate it. And yes, I did try.
Well, no, I can tell you how to do it. I mean, you go to Michael's and you buy a $4.99 ugly green screen shirt, and then you go to a bunch of artists and you be like, "Hey, can I use your design? Can I use your, And then some of them don't respond. Most of them don't respond. Some of them just go, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And and then you put it over top of your shirt and behind your camera, and then you have like a cool, effect. But I got rid of it. I got rid of it recently.
Yeah, I noticed that. Um, is there something about you that people might be surprised to learn, or anything like that?
Oh, that I got a fat ass.
My man, I've been accused of the same thing myself.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I've been in a lot of uncomfortable situations where, like, I think some like pretty girl standing behind me in the bar grabbing my bum, and I look back and it's not a pretty girl.
Now listen.
Sometimes it's a
Uh,
very large girl, and sometimes it's a dude or something like that. But I'm like, whoa, whoa.
listen. You won't. You may not ever be able to see it, and I may never show it ever, 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 ever. But it's there.
My man, I dig it.
And be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
Or for what you wait for, right?
Yeah, yeah. You can. Yeah, you. Everyone can feel when I'm about to sit down and start streaming.
That's awesome. So going back to the beginning, I know you were born in the woods and all that kind of stuff like that. But at the beginning, was there anything that you wish you'd
Mhm.
known when you first started creating content that really took you longer than necessary to figure out or learn?
Um. I guess. Well, that's a odd question because I actually didn't start streaming to make content.
Oh,
If you want to get into that, I don't know if this bleeds into any of your questions, but I can just talk about that.
yeah. Let's go. Let's talk about the beginning.
So I started streaming because it was a care plan that I made up with
Okay.
with a therapist, and they
Okay.
advised against it because I um without getting into too much because we want to keep it light.
Yeah.
Um I had this really fun thing called agoraphobia. And I couldn't leave my house after the pandemic for like years. And I was afraid of like people perceiving me. So I had the idea while working through therapy to start streaming and put myself on camera so I can get used to people seeing me on camera, and then it could translate into the outside world.
And
And
just to kind of follow up with that, because that's kind of a very unique perspective on how, like, from a lot of people. Do you think it worked, or did it help?
it did work.
Like
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
That
Well, I mean, I still get very, very nervous now. There's reasons why, like, I feel I felt very unsafe to be around people,
yeah.
but um for the most part, I'm good. Like I don't have to order to I don't have to order everything to come.
Yeah.
I go out and get it myself, or I go out and see friends and stuff like that. It's just it's normal now. I just have to like work through all of like the anxieties and stuff.
Well,
But
I
yeah, it did help.
that's
I'm
amazing.
glad it helped.
Yeah, I think you should be very proud of yourself. There's a lot of people that need help and they don't take the necessary steps to overcome some of the challenges. So I'm glad that you were able to use something that I'm passionate about to help yourself grow as a person. I think that's amazing. Like that's something that you should be proud of, and anybody that knows your story should be proud of you for that. That's amazing.
Thanks.
So to
100%.
to dive back into the beginning though, do you remember what game you first streamed, or what you were
Yeah.
streaming about, or like the game?
Yeah, I started off with Video Horror Society. That was my game that I would play.
Video
And
Horror Society.
yes.
What is that?
It is a ASM horror game that is you can no longer play it. It's taken down. Well, you can you can download it if you had played it in the past on Steam, but it was just it was like Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
It was a game, 4 players, 4 survivors, and against a monster or killer, and you had to develop weapons. You had to make weapons in order to fight the monster, and they either kill you or you kill it with building weapons. It was really fun. It was by
Okay.
Hellbent Games.
Okay. That's amazing. Is there a reason why you don't play that anymore?
Well, it's gone now. They shut down.
Okay.
Yeah, they shut down the servers and all that.
Yeah, they ran out of money.
Well, that's a shame. I hate when good things come to an end, but sometimes they have to.
Uh-huh.
So your streaming setup, what's it like? Or do you have any gear that you can't live without, or any gear that you would recommend that, like, hey guy, if you want to be the next level, that you should invest your money into as well?
Oh, I think that I only just went with everything that was essential and then never really went beyond that. Other than the green screen, you don't need that. Simple camera is fine, but like audio is very important. I'm an audio engineer actually.
Okay. Okay.
So sound engineer, excuse me. And a good audio interfaces and setup is important.
It does
That's
look like
something
you
I
got a
can't.
pretty fancy mic.
Oh yeah, yes. I see. The funny thing is that when I started streaming, I already had all this stuff. I already had like audio interfaces and like and mixers and stuff and cool mics and stuff because I would record people in my home.
Well, I'm very embarrassed to say, when I first started streaming, I had a $19 Walmart microphone that literally sounded like a Fred Flintstone can with a string attached to it.
Mhm.
Right? It was the tiniest sounding microphone, and I streamed with that for, I think, my first 3 or 4 months until I was like, okay, like, because I like to listen to myself after, and I was like, oh my, I sound so, but do I sound like that in real life? And it was 100% the mic. Maybe I still do,
Well,
and I'm naive, but
you can do a lot with a good budget XLR. A good budget XLR. There are a lot of them out there. You can do a lot with them. But yeah, the sound is the most important thing. But I have
Yeah.
everything that I think that everything's essential. I think a Stream Deck is essential. I think a double monitor, at least double monitor is essential, and at least one light. That's it.
Yeah, I
okay.
just don't have a
One.
light. I have
That-
everything else minus a XLR and a light. Those are the 2 things I don't have.
Well, I mean, like I said, like you could do a lot with that XLR, but if you don't have one, I mean, there are so many things. There's so many like plugins out there that make you
Oh
sound
yeah.
really, really nice. And honestly, like sometimes I really can't tell the difference between my sound quality and somebody else's who has probably like a more budget setup. So really, honestly, it's actually not even. It's just what you can afford. That's it.
Agreed. I also think that like everybody has to start somewhere,
Yeah.
and like I think it would be silly. Like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. Let's drop $1,000 into gear. let's start with some basics. And if you're enjoying it, you're getting passionate about this, and you really want to grow, buy the new camera, buy the new mic. But like, you don't have to dump a fortune to get into this. You have to dump
No.
passion to get into this, in my opinion.
Passion, yes. And also, I would advise against anyone, even if you have a decent job. Like, I think that it's actually a really good test to only or gauge to how like much you want to do content creation, to only spend with Twitch money. So if you need something, like you need a new monitor, you need a new ring light or whatever, um only allow yourself to buy it when you get it through Twitch, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Because
Go ahead.
because people will spend thousands of dollars and never go anywhere
Yeah.
because they don't have the motivation. And if you only allow yourself to use the money that you make through content creation and then invest it into the content creation, then that will drive everything. I think.
Yeah. I'm exactly that kind of person. Dingy helped me get a PC. I was a console player for my whole life. You gotta get a PC. So he got me a wicked deal on a PC that I couldn't pass up. Got the PC. So now I have like 3 monitors, 3 cameras, 2 microphones, my laptop, and a whole gaming station. Everything was secondhand or on like a wicked sale that I bought. And everything I got was through the podcast. And it's just literally been, or not the podcast, but streaming. And every time I get a payout, okay, this is my budget. What can I invest in myself? But I also think I'm one of those people. I'm obsessively passionate about things that I like.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah, he went from 0 to hero pretty quickly. I won't lie.
yeah, yeah. I've only been streaming since August. Like I had a little stint a long time ago, like years and years ago, and then back in it since August. And I feel like I've done very well for myself with the help of Dingy and people like you being willing to come and have conversations, because essentially that is the brand of the D&L Gaming podcast, is having conversations with interesting people that are in the same niche in that, right?
Right.
So
no, I'm glad that you asked me. And I actually mentioned that I was going to do this, and a bunch of people were like, "Why?" Well, why? Because I don't usually like do podcasts and stuff, and I'm just like, well, I mean, I gotta be honest, like, these guys like have no incentive to ask me, and I like that, so that's why I say yes.
well,
Because the way that it is right now, and I don't want to get political, so I'm not going to get too political. But the
yeah.
way that content is right now, and the way that the audience is, you don't have an incentive to ask a queer creator to talk.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Uh,
Like it,
almost
it would
kinda
be
feel like
more
it
of an
goes across
incentive to
everybody.
actually. It would be more of an incentive to get somebody else. So
See, and I
I
disagree.
appreciate that.
I disagree with that. I don't believe there is an incentive for you being here. My thing is, I was actually in your stream. Jink was like, "Hey, you should rate out to BoyeFran or Fran," and I lingered after I rated out to you. And I rated with my whopping 7. I was proud of myself. Yeah, big numbers. I rated out to you, and yet you had a much larger audience, and you were just having a good time. You were chatting with your community. Everybody was just kind of vibing and that. I'm like, man, I want to be like this guy. Right? Like I was very impressed on the whole notion of it, right? And for me, your sexuality has nothing to do with any of this, right?
Yeah,
That's my
but
opinion on it.
no. I get that, and that I saw that though. My point was in the general audience,
Yeah.
there is right now, the way where we in right now, especially with young people, very young people, there's no incentive to have anyone or platform anyone who's a queer creator because they get a lot of hate.
Uh,
That's
I,
all.
I totally understand that.
So what I'm trying to say is that I appreciate you for asking me,
Thank
and
you.
that's why I wanted to do it.
And I appreciate you for being here because, yeah, I think you're a phenomenal creator. And I think people, if they look past the bullshit in politics and all that kind of stuff like that, they would be
Yeah.
like, holy crap, this guy is hilarious. He's funny. He's welcoming. He's chill. And what more kind of entertainment can you offer to someone?
Yeah. And also that I don't have an exclusively queer community. I have a lot of allies in my community. I have a lot of I have everyone under the sun.
I love it.
everybody.
I would like to jump in here. Jinx said, I think the incentive is that you give it to a platform to share that shares your experiences. And that is exactly what we do. We try and share our experiences and whoever guests that we have with us, their experiences to our group, and then your group also at the same time.
Jinx a doll.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed. The D&L gaming community owes Jink a lot of thank yous for some of the success we've had, because she's introduced us to a plethora of completely random people. Like, no two people has she introduced us to or anywhere alike. And my thing is, like, how do you find all these random people? Like, you got a bucket of hats over there, Jink, shaking them up, and hey, they're cool, right? Like,
No, what I think is she watches the randoms and then just has a number 1 through 20, shakes the hat and picks that one and watches them.
perfect. Either way, thank you very much, Jink. We appreciate you being here. Yeah, so to kind of move forward, do you have anything you do like pre-stream when you're getting ready, to kind of hype yourself up before a stream? Or are you more of a just a chill dude, sit down, press live, or how do you got any hype things for yourself?
No. No. I wish I could say that I just look like stare in the mirror and be like, you got this. But I don't do that. I should do that. I sometimes do bullet points on things that I want to talk about, but normally I really don't. It's usually
Okay.
whatever bullcrap is going on Twitter, but really it's just not to complain about it, but to make fun of it, because all of it is ridiculous. And
That-
I love talking about ridiculous things.
That's fair. The reason why I asked is I have like almost a ritual that maybe Dingy's the same as me, but like if we're streaming, I'm calling Dingy, hey bro, you ready? Everything's lined up, everything. I have to have everything perfect. You'd be amazed on how much pre stuff I do, and Dingy's like, yeah, I'll be there 4 minutes beforehand and I'll be good to go. But I like to read my notes prior to a stream. Like I have like a 3-page essay written for you. Some of the stuff we will never touch on just because I had like thoughts that I want to see when I'm going, and other stuff I'm like, hey, here's a question for you. So yeah.
No, we're going through it. We're going through it, everyone.
I
Now, get water. We'll be here for a while.
You've been warned.
filled my water jug. I got it.
Yeah.
That's about all I do is I push the go live button, and in that 6-minute time, it gives me enough time to get my water, have
Mhm.
a half a smoke, and then be ready to go. That's my getting ready live ritual.
So have you ever had a totally unexpected moment on live that's changed the way you make content before?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that I've tried that I just instantly thought that like, oh, this isn't gonna work, and then I never tried again. I usually have like an okay kind of experience in terms of like dealing with like other people online, and if I ever get any haters, I love it.
Oh,
I love getting haters. I love it. I love playing with them. I love yeah. I love being incredibly inappropriate and make them feel uncomfortable and then just ban them right after. But things that didn't work, I once had a redeem, and I set the channel points pretty high for me to step off camera and then come back without a shirt on. And then I instantly knew. I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. This isn't me. I don't like this. I
yeah.
don't like doing this.
Dingy's had a very similar moment, but he only charged 1 sub to go topless.
No. No, okay. So what happened was somebody came into his chat.
My chat.
He's like, yeah, into the lookers chat and went, I'll gift a sub for DingiestScroll to go topless. Just one. So
Okay.
then didn't even wait for a response and then gifted the sub. I was like, well, I'm not going to do it for somebody that's not even in my channel. So then he jumped into my channel, gifted a sub, and said, now you have to do it. So then I was
Mhm.
like, at this point, I might as just well.
And that was the day we learned that Dingy has cookie nipples.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, let's see him. No sub. No sub given. Let's roll him out. Put him on the sheet tray.
We'll do that after.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
behind the
Alright.
scenes,
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind
Jesus
the scenes.
Christ.
So
For crying out loud.
I know that you're typically a solo streamer. Have you ever done any collaborations with other content creators?
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, a lot.
Do you have any suggest?
Ones
Sorry,
that stood out or
yeah,
anything along those
any
lines.
moments or certain people that you thought like, oh, this person was awesome. Like, I only want to hear about the highs, not the lows, because like I don't want to bad energy at those people, because whatever. But got any moments that really stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean I did a few events. I created my own and then I co-hosted a bunch. I did a dress to impress competition with and I was a judge with my friend It's Fluffy, and then Pearl Tease was a judge. I think that you met
Yeah,
through me. And
yeah,
then and also Evo's a fog whisperer for Dead by Daylight. She was also a judge. And that was really fun. Um I mean I just like I literally just when it comes to like collaborating with people, I just want to collaborate with other people who well, first of all, diverse is very important to me. People from all backgrounds. Um it and also entertainment. Like that's what I look for when collabing with anyone. Is if are they different from me? Are they entertaining?
that's
And then
fair.
also I co-hosted the indigenous Dead by Daylight tournament
That's cool.
with Simply Aretha. That's her event. Usually Behavior works with her, but the year that I co-hosted they didn't because they fired everyone.
What?
That would have well, yeah, you know all these development studios, they're all firing people. Yeah, they fired so many of their social um people in charge of their socials over there. So, yeah,
Okay.
that sucked.
Yeah,
But it was really fun event and I met some great people.
yeah. That
Raised a lot of money too. I just did a tournament on Saturday for Stream for Calls. It had like 18 teams
whew.
for Marvel Rivals.
Oh wow.
And that was tough.
See,
That was a tough tournament.
our community hosted a tournament yesterday. And we only had 8 teams show up. We would have had a couple more. There was a few no shows.
Dude, that's a lot.
Uh,
Eight is a lot. Now, like I when they said 18, I was like, I don't know how you're gonna do this in one day.
yeah,
But they did. They did. And they did it in 6 hours. It
yeah.
was crazy.
It was a lot of work, a lot more work than
Yeah.
we think we originally planned for. But knowing the lessons I learned from it, because like after it was done, me and Dingy, we talked. I made a bunch of notes. There's a few things I would love to do differently. So we're actually hoping to do another one in about a month or two from now. But I've learned a lot of lessons from the first time, because I went in there, oh, this is gonna be a walk in the park, and the whole time I'm just scrambling and a little bit crazy to make it happen for everybody. Because on the contestants or players side, we wanted it to be
Mhm.
seamless and fun and good energy and stuff like that. On my side, I had like 400 hairs falling out, stress rolling on my back, right? Like,
Yeah, it's really stressful.
it was a lot of work. Yeah. So to kind
In my
of,
defense, I did try and pre-warn him though.
he did. But I'm also a glutton for punishment. I like to challenge myself, right? So I think it's a good thing. Hey, thank you very much for the biddies, Bricks. Bricks is the winner from our giveaway from Speedo Llama last week.
Oh yeah.
So that's awesome. Has there what has been the toughest challenge you faced as a content creator? Just to kind of move forward and to kind of dive a little bit into segment 4.
Well, starting out, that was my toughest challenge because I was working through a bunch as we talked about.
Yeah.
So I would do breathing exercises before stream so I can calm myself down, and I would have panic attacks live.
Ooh.
I would have panic attacks live. But what I would do is I would just focus on the game, but I wouldn't say anything. I would just be like, I would just dissociate for a second, and that was hard to get over. I had to get used to people watching me, and I was because it was such a small community in that game. There weren't a lot of people streaming that game too. I did get a good amount of people watching me when I started, and it just snapped me out of it. Like I had to. It was sink or swim,
Yeah.
and that was really tough. And then after that, after the game ended, see, because when I started with that, I actually had a pretty pretty good sizable average within like my first 4 or 5 months. Like I was at like a 40 to 45 average.
Whew.
And
Wow.
with that game, and also the developers of that game would watch me. They would come in and they would watch me. And before they shut down, I was told by other official creators of that game that they were going to sign me for that game. Um, and that sucked because the game shut down, and then it taught me that there is an audience that are game specific, and a lot of those people didn't stay around when the game was gone. So I
Yeah.
had to build everything right back up from the beginning. So like I was right back down to like new streamer status like everyone else, you know. And I thought that like, you know, like I thought these people liked me. Like I was I was like, these are my friends. And I still feel that way with the communities. The community I'm a streamer that I don't like calling people viewers, and I don't like it when people like make up words or names for communities to dehumanize them, even though they're not meant to dehumanize. It's sort of like, you know, let's say like the lookers community is like, we're the lookers, and it's just like, no, you're people, and you know, you're just here because we relate. And it's like I treated everything as a conversation between friends. And so when the thing that I learned is that, you know, when you play a specific game and you play only that game and you don't do variety, there are people who only watch for the game. And then
Yeah.
when you don't play that game anymore, then they're gone.
That's fair. Those are some deep words, my friend. Very deep words. I like that. I really do. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna clip that. Hold on, just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna just go clip because I'm gonna reflect on that because that kind of touches a little bit for me. And I did it wrong, but I'll see the chat. Yeah, deep man. I like that. I really like that. Uh, so I know we've had it, and I'm assuming you probably have as well. But how would you typically deal with trolls or negativity within your chat? Is that's something, because I know you mentioned that you like to have a little bit of fun with it, but is there like anything you do specifically, or has it affected you positively, negatively, or anything like that?
Um, it hasn't affected me. The only thing that had is when I got hate rated in my Discord, which I have tons of security in my Discord now. And somebody used a bot to spam photos of um deceased children
Oh
Oh
wow.
God.
in all of my channels, and that was really upsetting to delete. But how I usually deal with trolls or deal with, I mean, they're not really, I don't really get trolls. I get mostly just people just being like, you're gay, and then and it's just funny. I just have to laugh, so I just make fun of them.
Yeah.
I just love to make fun of them, and I do say really really inappropriate things and really really shocking things to them that I won't repeat because I respect you.
Well, thank you, thank you.
um
I
but
have to control myself often because I'm one of those people that we'll see who can push the envelope farther.
well,
I'll say
listen, it's never anything against TOS. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
It's never against TOS, so I just try to find like the correct way to like get them to just want to leave as quick as possible before I ban them.
You
I
know,
think I'm going to have to find clever ways to start messing with people better. You're
I've
inspiring me.
I've always been a firm believer of you gotta kill when people are dicks, assholes, and jerks and all that stuff like that. You gotta kill them with kindness. I think you gotta one up on that because like I could just picture the amount of fun you could have with some of the wording and word salad that you could put together with someone that's already afraid of that stigma and that, right? Like, you know how some dudes are
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't want to go into it too much, but I could see the fun you would have with that.
Well, the one that I really like doing is when somebody likes to come in and do the you're gay and that sort of thing is and I'm gonna do a PG version
Yeah.
of this. Okay, is my favorite thing to say is that I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It is my fault that you're here because while your father was supposed to be teaching you how to be a respectable, upright citizen, he was with me. And I was giving him back shots. So you did not get the childhood you deserved, and it's my fault. I'm so sorry.
Man, I love it.
You do know that's pure comedic gold, right?
Yeah, and then I ban him. I die. My favorite. It's my favorite thing. They're like, oh, no! I just imagine them getting real flustered. Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, my dad was a saint. So were there aside from things like that, were there any moments that's really tested you as a content creator or a streamer?
Oh yeah. I mean, well, the reason why that I changed up my visuals and stuff is I get really bored with what I'm doing, and even though it's not stale to anyone else, like I get people would be like, I miss the shirt that you would wear. I'm like, yeah, but you know what? I'm bored. When I get bored, like I want to switch everything around, and it should just be for you. Yeah, it's for the people that you're streaming for and the friends that you make, but trying to find or keep things interesting for myself has been a challenge. Sure.
That's fair. I think you and I are a little bit alike in that front, because like if you ever go back to watch the old VODs of Dingy and I starting the podcast and stuff like that, none of the logos, imaging, stuff like that was is the same as it is now. We did a huge grand reveal of a boatload of work that we did for rebranding and all this kind of stuff like that. And it lasted, what, Dingy, 2 months? And I was like, hey, we're going to switch it up again. And I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm always behind, but I'm always like, I'm going to add this new idea to my envelope. Like your TTS. I've been in the works of like trying to get TTS working on my stream. I haven't been successful yet, but I'm working on it.
I can send you what to do for that.
Well,
The worst part is we set up this overlay. Literally, at the end of the stream, he goes, "So, I think we need to change it."
You can create your own.
We did.
You can create. Oh, you
This
did.
is-
Oh,
yeah.
you did. You create your own.
Yeah.
Okay. With your voice and everything.
Everything that we've for the TTS, I did create my own with my voice in that, but I haven't been able to integrate it properly with chat just because I have multiple channels and stuff like that. Like my streaming setup is a little bit complex. But in regards to the overlays and the imaging and the branding that we have, we've done all of that ourselves.
Nice.
So, and then literally the second we get it done, I'm like, maybe we could add some pizzazz, or maybe we could add whatever. And Dingy's just like, Robert, just chill,
See, but
buddy.
that kind of thing is for yourself, I think. I
I
don't think that a lot of people really care about that.
agreed. It is for myself.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. You should be doing that for yourself.
Yeah, I see amazing content creators with these amazing elaborate streams and setups and the great content and stuff like that. And then I look and I reflect and I'm like, hey, I was here and now I'm here. And not that I'm copying people, but if I want to be to this level, I have to learn more skills. I have to become more fluid in my conversation. Like a big thing is I'm trying to take the ums out of the podcast. It's very hard to have that conversation with someone and not use the ums, ahs, and I's.
It's live.
100%.
There's no editing, so
I edit everything.
Just have the.
He goes back and
lean
edits it all for Spotify and stuff like that.
Lean into the Oh well, if you're editing it, yeah, take out the ums.
Yeah. Well,
don't do that.
Yeah.
But if it's live, just let yourself Come on.
The more of them
Let yourself
take out of,
like. Sorry.
No, the
Good.
more of them I take out of my natural conversation, the less of them I edit out of the video later before I post it.
Uh-huh.
Right, and then I also sound more articulated.
True.
Or just bluffing it better. Either or.
You just gotta give
I wanna
yourself
say
grace
bluffing.
when you're live.
Yeah, Dingy, you want to get us caught up in chat, and then we'll continue on?
So, Bricks came in, said hello. Jink came in, said hello. So did Shop. Brick said, "Happy Monday to everybody." And then Jink said, "I would never know that how much anxiety you have watching and how chill you are during stream, Fran." That's when you're talking about your anxiety during streams.
Yeah, I don't have it that much anymore.
That's
Actually,
Brick
at
awesome.
said that
all.
we're all family in all groups. Jink said that she remembers when that happened. That was talking about
The pictures getting flooded into the
yeah,
Discord.
the raid
Oh,
Yeah.
flood in Discord. Brick
yeah.
said, "What the fuck?"
That was my birthday too.
I'm sorry to
Oh,
hear that, man. That's so messed.
Brick said, "What a goof. That's completely messed up." Jink said, "Yeah, it was super messed up. I don't understand why people feel that is a thing that they should do because they disagree with someone. Some people have to bring others down to be happy with themselves, is what I find."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that kind of stuff happens with everyone.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
110%.
yeah. I think that it's sort of like, excuse me, a troll slash degenerate thing to do to live streamers. It's like along this a lesser form of like swatting somebody.
It also just feels like that's just some people's nature, though,
Yeah,
right?
Misery
Bring
loves
others down
company.
to bring
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Brick said that that's gold, referring to your comment of
Yeah.
how you deal with people. And then Jing said, "Yeah, saint of taking back shots," which that's kind of fucking hilarious.
Well, I try to take the high road at first, and that's like not me.
Yeah, that's
I
typically
mean,
not me either.
I give everybody respect who deserves respect, but the moment that you don't, man, I'm gonna have a good time with that. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be entertainment for everybody and myself.
Then Jing said that is something I often stress with streamer friends. Sure, you have to have there has to be fun for the viewers, but ultimately it's your channel and you have to do what you want and what you find fun.
Yeah.
Uh Brick said advance and replicate and elevate.
Repertoire.
Yeah, that's it. We both know I don't English well. Um Shop asked what flavor you got there, Looker, of your vape.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
it is
you
bamboo black
hitting?
cherry.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
It's delightful. I'm not gonna lie. I also think vaping is one of the worst things in the world. You know, if someone's having a cigarette, just to interject, you're walking down the street, you smell a cigarette, like, oh, there's a smoker over there. The amount of times I've been walking down the street, and I'm with the wife and the kids, and I'm like, chocolate chip muffins. You walk around the corner, there's a bunch of hippies standing there just blowing sick clouds, brah. Like, man, I really wanted a chocolate chip muffin here, buddy. Like, and it's happened more times than I want to talk about, so now it smells like Skittles. Exactly. Jink gets it.
That was Shop, by the way, not Jing.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Sorry, ShopRite. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the Peter Griffin following the pie with his nose smell. And then Jake said people do extremely hate trolls, have lost their souls just from being terminally online. And I 100% agree with that. Keyboard warriors have become a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too much online recently.
Agreed. So,
Brick said there's only decent vapes in a concert because you can't leave anymore. LOL. And then Jeng said, "Damn, now I want Skittles."
sorry, Jink. So, is there any content that you've created or any of your things that you've tried with yourself that you think was an absolute genius idea and completely flopped on you?
A lot. But my I haven't really got it working or hitting a bit that I'm doing as well as I would like it. So I have a scene behind me. This is my dramatic scene. And sometimes I'll stop and I'll just improvise just monologues that are stupid. And sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. I haven't really like found the rhythm to it yet. I just like to I just like to make scenes and then do stupid stuff with them.
That's fair. That's fair. I know this is something that I struggle with. But maybe we could relate now on this. Have you ever felt like you have imposter syndrome in the content creation? Like I feel like what, like, because I watch a lot of streamers, I see a lot of things that I feel like, oh, I'm just copying him, like I'm not being original or true to myself and stuff like that. And then you think about it, like maybe I am, maybe, and you waste a lot of time trying to ponder the thought of, do I have imposter syndrome just because I like that content creator or the ideas that they have or anything like that?
Um, no.
That's good.
But I have imposter syndrome, but not in that way. In that like, uh, I think it's the same as anyone else in that. Um, well, maybe this situation is a little bit different. If I ever do anything successful, or if I have a successful stream, if I do an event that went really well, I get very depressed afterwards, and I don't know where that comes from. I get very very sad, and I'm gonna have to explore that in therapy. But um, I don't know why I do that. But imposter syndrome, yeah, like just like everyone else, I'm just like, why does anyone watch me? Like I don't get it. Some days when you have a bad stream and you feel like you're not very quick witted and stuff, yeah. I think those are the times in which I'm just like, what what the hell am I doing?
That's fair. I was more referring to like I fear, and maybe this is me internalizing, I don't know, but I fear that I'm too much alike other content creators. Like, cause like
Oh,
I know
okay.
like a bunch of people that have podcasts, and I'll watch them to try to learn some of the skill sets, different ways of them talking, the mannerisms, how they interact with guests and stuff like that. And then I worry like, am I just copying them? And I get like self conscious of it, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, because you want to look at what other people are doing and make sure that you're not doing the same thing and you're being yourself. But I think that I subscribe to, although I don't really utilize this. I tell myself I should utilize this more, but I end up not doing it. And trying to think of things that are unique and authentic to myself. But I really believe that it is good advice by Ludwig. The Ludwig snatch and twist, he
Yeah,
calls it, I think. I think that that's actually really good advice because that's a really good starting point. Especially like when, cuz you share ideas with other people, you share traits with other people. It's really hard to be completely unique and it's just hard. It's hard to be like do something that no one has ever done before. So like
fair.
if you can take something that you like and it actually fits your personality and then you make it and twist it into your own, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's still yours.
Agreed. I think this is for me, the podcast was that. I love listening to podcasts, watching podcasts. I saw another streamer having a streaming podcast. I was like, Dingy, we gotta do this. It was like a big epiphany for me because I have a really hard time playing video games and conversing, but I love the talk.
Mhm.
So I'll literally like you'll see me put down the controller. We're in a live match. I'm like, oh hey, how's everybody doing? And I'm not playing the game anymore, but some people are there to, like you said, watch the game. One or the other for me. I really struggle on at both. Dingy, go ahead.
And because I learned that now, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, because I learned that about the people just want to watch the game, now I start to make it more about the conversation rather than the game. And so if you want to watch good gameplay, sometimes it happens, but a lot of the time it's just me running around aimlessly as I'm like reading and talking to people.
I feel ya.
That's a
Dingy,
looker right
yeah. You want to catch us up in the chat? I think there's a couple funny comments through there that we should touch on, and then yeah, we'll move forward.
there. So Jinx said Fran does have one of the best stream outros for sure though. Shot
thanks.
said
I've never seen you
ditto.
finish before. I don't know.
Oh, we do a song at the end of the stream that I recorded. I recorded in like an hour.
Okay.
And yeah, we just I just say I say goodbye to everyone. I say goodbye. I said goodbye, Jing. And then I tell everyone that I hope that you have sweet dreams, but if it's a nightmare, I hope it's about me.
Ooh, I like that.
Dona
Spicy.
Dagahai.
I'm a little disappointed in you right now, though, Fran. Just a little bit.
Why?
I thought that joke was absolutely hilarious, and only Dingy laughed. I thought that was right up your alley. I thought it was like pure comedic gold, and you're just like,
just left it alone. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'll get. I'm just trying to be silly here. Dingy, carry on.
Funny enough, the next conversation is Looker will be doing a lot of exploring and therapy also.
Fair.
Oh, what are we exploring in therapy?
Oh, how you were talking about reflecting back on how you deal with people and stuff like that, and then that's when she made that comment that I would be doing the same thing.
Brick said, "I like when you do your, or it's like when you do your deep voice."
Not being I got that, boy. I'm gonna butter your bread. The deep
The
Barry
Looker
White
said-
voice.
When you do your, I was like, he already has kind of a deep voice. What do you mean his deep voice?
His
Oh.
narrating voice.
Oh,
I like to call
yeah, I
it
like
his
his deep
alter
voice.
persona.
Yeah, I like your deep voice.
Thank
That's
you.
good. Yeah, I got an anime voice. I like to do my anime voice.
Oh, now we got to hear it.
Everything's on pause. Let's go.
Wait, well, like you know, oh, I'll never give up. You know, just the very hopeful or like earnest or
Yeah.
or anime girl who like she like smiles approvingly.
I dig it.
I like it.
It makes everyone just like stop doing that, please. Could you stop? It's my favorite. You know, just like the twinkle sound.
Fair.
I like it.
Love anime protag voices.
Jinx said, "I'm going to start keeping a track of a tally of how many times I break Dingy this podcast."
Yeah.
I then replied, "Looker says that I need to smile more during the streams. I kind of look like a dick often, so
That's true.
every time he's doing his edits, all I get is you're doing it again."
Oh, this is my expression of Dingy on like 25% of the podcast. Just like mean mugging the camera. I'm like, what are you doing, bud?
I'm a very blank person.
No, it's the RBF. RBF all day.
Okay. I'll stand with that one. Brooks then said, "I die every time I hear it." And he's talking about your narrator voice again. Brooks said, "Some people used to record gameplay, then just do live commentary over top to engage with the audience more. That might be an option if you want to try and get it, to get both of them."
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you won't exercise the muscle.
Well, and then I also suck at two things at one time instead of one thing at one time.
Because it's a practice.
Yeah,
you have
an art
to
form.
keep doing it. Yeah, you have to keep doing it to get used to it. If you're not used to it and you're not a natural at it, it takes a while.
Yeah.
And I'm not a natural at it.
Said, buttered bread.
And then we don't have to read the next comment. We'll just ignore that.
No, we're definitely reading that one.
Oh, what a guy.
Brooks said, "In public, Looker is high pitched, mainly because he's tiny and short like a mouse."
Wow.
Shots fired.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I'm 5'10", 200 pounds, like 205. Like, I'm not little.
Yeah.
No, you're not. I'm little. I'm
5'10".
little.
Okay, more like 5'8".
My height, 5 foot perfect.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Is
5 foot perfect.
Okay. I never would
It's
have
not
guessed.
it could be 5, it could be 5'5", it could be 5'10". Whatever it is, it's perfect.
My man, I dig it.
I
Do
think we
you
gotta
mind
go
if I
back
steal
to-
that?
You can steal it. No, but I'm really 5'5". Like I'm really like short. I'm really short. I have to climb on top of a counter in order to get something off the top shelf. Really embarrassing.
That's fair.
Sorry. Looker, can we just tell the story about your driver's license quickly?
Have at her, man.
No, that's all you.
So I used to have a cousin that worked at the DMV, and because when I was younger, I have like big man complex. Everybody at my work is like 6 feet plus, 300 pounds, all big, burly, strapping men. So I literally paid my cousin to change my license to say 6 foot tall, so that I could dox other people and girls into believing that I was 6 foot tall.
And
Oh,
how'd
he
that go?
definitely did.
Nobody bought it. Everybody laughed. I got teased. Like, I thought I was so clever in the moment, and I got teased relentlessly for a long, long time over that. And yeah, thanks, Dingy, for making me share a very shitty moment of my life. Thanks, pal. Love your cuz.
You're welcome, love, because it was a funny story.
It was funny. It was funny.
And just to think, that one moment in time will bring us laughs forever.
I'm glad to hear.
ShopRite doesn't believe that you did it.
I did.
He did, and that's why I made him tell the story.
And Brick says, we assumed he wore heels. No heels here, bro.
Jinx said, I know those feels, Fran. I'm 4'10". I'm a tiny eldritch creature.
Oh, Jink. Oh, I'm so sorry.
So
actually, you know what? It being short, it does form a different personality. You're a little bit more scrappy. So that's something.
Agreed. Dingy, we got 2 more questions, and then we're gonna go ahead into the streamer to dream it for segment 5. So what's the biggest lesson you've learned from failing at something? Because I believe Go ahead.
Failing at something?
Yeah, I believe we grow the most when we fail and learn from those moments. So is there anything that kind of sticks out in your mind that you've failed at that you think you've grown a lot from?
No. I'm perfect.
No? My man. Okay, that's cool.
No, I'm perfect. There's nothing that you could find about me that would ever say that I failed. Oh, no. I mean, I'm trying to think of something significant. I really can't. I think the only thing was, unless you consider just like, I consider small things that don't work out during the stream as fails. But I move on from them really quickly and don't really focus on them.
So how do you keep yourself? Go ahead.
I think that is the best way to deal with it is to not, beat yourself up over something that didn't work. Just move on really quickly.
So would you say that's how you keep yourself motivated when things aren't going the way you want?
Yeah. Yeah. I will feel like if something doesn't, if a whole, like, let's say like a whole stream, I go by stream to stream. I don't go by like moments, or large chunks of moments. I will when I end a stream, if I didn't feel like it was a good stream, I will get all my feelings out, and being like, what did I fall short on? Was I not paying attention to chat enough, or was I not quick enough, and I just accept that I had a bad day, and then I go to sleep and I wake up and it just like never happened.
Fair. I'm kind of blessed in that front that I have like mind-numbing ADHD. So the amount of times I'll fail at something, I'll like, okay, I'm gonna get better at it, and then I don't have the attention span to remember why I failed or like what that emotion was in that moment. I know what happened, but was I upset? I'm like, well, okay, and just like waddle off and oblivious to how I felt in that moment. So kind of a good thing. Kind of like maybe we should deal with those feelings, but that's another conversation.
Well, that's more for the therapist again.
No, but you shouldn't deal with it, because if you already know the reason why I wasn't successful, you shouldn't beat yourself up over it, because that's crazy making. There are so many other days.
Yeah.
I think that people who go live, um, uh, beat themselves up over the job that they were doing way too much because it's a totally different beast. Being live 4+ hours is very difficult. I know it's not difficult in the same way as like a manual, labor job is, but it's mentally difficult, and you had to have like a lot of mental stamina. And if you just worry about every little thing that didn't go well, you would stop doing it. You would give up because you would just run yourself down too much. So
Yeah.
you just have to just acknowledge it. It's like, I just had a bad day. I mean, I know what to do to fix it. Like, I just need to just have a nice sleep, and then tomorrow's a new day, and it'll be better. That's
Uh,
just what I tell myself.
agreed 100%. I do it to a fault though, like where like sometimes you need to reflect. Like it's not necessarily that you're upset or like what Jinx said. We are our own worst critics, but sometimes we make mistakes, and you should reflect on them and like use that as an opportunity for growth. But if you don't remember that emotion that you felt when you were learning that, it's just kind of like you're learning from a book now, not from feelings, and that's a different level of growth and learning and stuff. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you should. I mean, yes, you should be trying to get better. I just think that people need to be kinder to themselves when they live stream, because it is much harder than if you're doing a long form video, because you can edit yourself to look a certain way. And
perfect.
when you're live, you can't do that. You have to be that person,
Fair enough.
or
I
at
agree
least
with
try
that.
to.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Um.
That I used to never run with a camera because I didn't believe in myself enough till Looker was on my ass about it, saying like, "You're good. Like, just keep going.
Well.
You'll always kind of have me." You know what I mean? So like, he kind of helped me push through that kind of.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
confidence thing. Like you were worried about your
yeah.
self-image out there in the world and stuff like that. And I felt like my argument for him is like, Dingy, if people don't like you because of the way you look, we don't care about those
Mm.
people's opinions. They could kick a bucket of rocks for all we care. But if people get to see you and know the you for you, I think you'll be surprised that people will actually love you, because I know you for you, and I think you're an amazing human being. You're caring, you're kind, you're funny, you're silly, and you're a little bit sassy at times. I love it. Um, but like you shouldn't care what people think when it's all based off like things that have no merit. If I don't like someone because they're a jerk, fair. Oh, that's appropriate. But oh, you got a red hat on. I don't like you as a human being. Kick rocks, dude. So
Well, it depends on what's written on the hat, but yeah, I
no,
agree.
just blank hat. I'm good. I'm good. And the only reason why I have a red hat is because I made my logo with a red hat on it because I didn't want it to be
Yeah.
too much black. And then I was like, well, now I got to go and buy a red hat. I literally went out after I made my logo to buy a red hat because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And studs, I feel you on that one too. That's why I have a beard.
I got a double
It's
chin.
if I shave, I look 12.
Oh yeah, you have to have that beard so you can hide all the imperfections. Yeah, that's why I got my mustache.
So yeah, let's hey Kenai, how's it going? Subscribed for 5 months, man. Thank you very much, Kenai.
I look 12 anyways.
Yeah.
Ouch, Jank, that hurt.
So Dingy, I'll get get us caught up in the chat if you want to get the stream of Adrian ready, and then we will go from there.
I'm in.
Studs420 says, to me, I think a common thing with streamers is losing fun and attraction in the video games. Like it becomes more of a chore than relaxing. I think we all agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That usually happens with people who lock themselves into a specific game. Like one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the exact opposite problem where I just try to play all the games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
It's
We
a
start a
good
bunch of them
practice.
and never finish any of them.
And never finish any of them?
Most of
them,
You
no.
said, I don't either. I don't either. I'll play half of it and I'll just move on to the next one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of shit kills me.
Yeah.
If I'm halfway through a game, I'm invested now. Like, let's finish it. And Looker's like, no, I already deleted it. On to the
Squirrel.
next. Yeah, squirrel.
ShopRite says, like, okay, I'll look like a goblin all day. Yeah. Let's go. Studs420 says, I know the feeling because I look 12, so it took me a while to get to the nerve to use cameras. Well, we're glad you got the confidence to do it. Brick says he didn't want to show the bald dome. Yeah, I'm bald. Yeah, it's a thing.
Well, listen, as long as you're not holding on to your hair and you're shaving it off,
it's shaved.
baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although,
yes. That's what I love. I love it when somebody's going bald and they just shave it off.
On a side note, that's a little bit hilarious. My wife loves it when my hair grows in. If I don't shave for like 3 or 4 days and I start getting the Joey Costanza from Seinfeld, where it's like thick on the sides and bald on the top, she's like, baby, like, whoa, nope, I'm shaving. Like, that's not the look that's not the look I'm going for as a man. Like, Joey Costanza? George Costanza, sorry.
No. No. I wouldn't agree with that either. I wouldn't like that either.
And
also, there's nothing wrong with looking younger. Okay, don't complain about looking younger because when you get older and then you don't look younger any longer,
I feel
that's a tough pill to swallow. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Although I am in my 40s and nobody knows that.
I'm months away from 40, so I feel ya.
Yeah.
But everybody knows that. Jinx says, look at just skipping past me roasting him for not knowing how to read a map in ESO. I didn't know where the map button was. I know how to read a map. I just didn't know what button it was. She's like, oh, you just gotta look at the map. I pressed every button. There's no map here. And then off she goes off into the distance, and I'm all lost, wandering the wrong way. And I know what button it is now. Thank you, Jink. You ready to go, Dingy?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, let's go. Tonight's episode of Stream It or Dream It, brought to you by the DingiestScroll.
That just made Bricks hard. Today's Stream It or Dream It, we are talking about Steel Hunters. It is the newest free-to-play battle royale game developed by Wargames, the studio that behind the globally popular titles like World of War Tanks, World of Warships, and World of Warplanes. Early access kicks off April 2nd, giving players a chance to dive into this futuristic, adrenaline-pumping experience. Set in the year 2067, Steel Hunters takes you into a war-torn future where humanity lost hope lies in masses. Portable mechanics infused with their operators' very souls. This intermittent mechanic creature a deep connection between the player and machine, as your soul essentially directs power and enhances your mech's abilities. The game aims to offer fresh twists on a battle royale experience and extraction genres, blending the two elements from superhero shooters. Player take control of the unique hunters, each with distant ability kits and progressive systems. The core gameplay revolves around PvE, player versus player, and player versus environment all in the same one. Battle in a large, dramatic area, you will hunt down both AI-controlled threats and rival hunters while completing objectives to earn upgrades and gear. The ultimate goal is to survive as long as you can to face off an intense final showdown at the extraction point, where only the most strategic and skillful teams will prevail. Master to Hunter. The key to success in Steel Hunters lies in the learning the skills and weaknesses of each mechanics giant. Every hunter has its unique set of abilities, cooldowns, and progressive paths, making the feeling like distant characters with specialized playlists. Whether you prefer heavy-hitting firepower, algae hit-and-run tactics, or supportive abilities, there's a hunter suited for your strategy. Unlike traditional shooters, that is often prioritized for fast reflexes, Steel Hunters rewards tactical thinking. To outplay your enemies, you will need to master your mech's abilities, exploit the terrain, and outmaneuver opponents with strategic positioning. The map offers numerous tactical opportunities, from setting up ambushes to flanking and using an environment to cover effectively. With the stunning futuristic settings, complex mech-based combat, and a blend of battle royale extinction, a hero shooter mechanic, Steel Hunters promise to deliver a thrilling and strategic experience for fans for both PvP and PvE gameplay. Will you be ready to claim victory in Hunting Grounds? I personally, I'm going to dream it. I'll try it once, but I just don't feel like it's for me. I'm going to dream it.
Awesome. Well, I know that I would like to play a game like that. I was a big, exactly what Brick said, mech battles. I like that kind of style of gameplay, especially with if they have a true strategic element to it. I think it would be fun. What's your thoughts, Fran?
It reminded me of Anthem. Do you remember
Yeah.
Anthem?
Yes.
I Anthem was such a great concept for a game. I wanted to be into it so much, and I played it a lot. And then I was like, "Oh, this game sucks." Oh, I wanted it to be so good, but no, I would What is it? What are the choices? Sorry,
Stream it
or
dream it. Like, would you play it or would you just let it fizzle out?
I wouldn't stream it, but I would play it offline.
Fair, fair.
Fair enough.
For everybody in chat, we threw up a poll. Would you guys stream it or would you guys dream it? To move forward, Fran, future plans and upcoming ooh, that was a tough sentence. Future plans and advice to up and comers. What's next for you? Any big goals on the horizon?
Oh, well, oh my God. Well, we're getting closer. We're still not very close, but we're getting closer to partner.
Ooh, that's
So
exciting.
that is, yeah. And that's my goal this year is to get the partner. Events, I think that this might be locked in. I'm going to be doing the co-hosting the next Indigenous DVD tournament, and that will be in the summer.
That's awesome.
And yes, I think in June.
For that tournament, how could people get involved, or what could people do to support the tournament?
Well, that's never on my channel. It's on a channel by a creator named simply Aretha.
Okay.
They are the leader of the Indigenous Alliance. Uh, and which I'm a part of. Yeah. Oh, advice for new streamers or up and coming people
Yeah.
who want to start
Well,
streaming.
I'll ask you that question right away.
Oh, sure.
I'm just any big projects or goals on the horizon. So you name your almost
It's
that
just
partner, and then
honestly, honestly. Oh, sorry, I keep
go ahead. Go
talking
ahead.
over you. Go.
No, go ahead.
It's just that like I'm focused on getting partners, so I'm not really trying to do too many collaborations because they don't usually work well on my channel.
Fair.
Yeah. That's something that I feel like a lot of people do, and it depends on how you run your channel. I run my channel like it's a conversation between friends, and so when I'm not doing that, um, people with they like to lurk, but they get kind of disinterested, if that makes any sense.
That's fair.
So
Yeah.
I try to stay away from collaborations because it takes away from the conversation. It's just like you have to focus on somebody who you're collaborating with. But that's the only thing I think that I can actually talk about because there are a lot of things that are happening that I can't actually talk about yet.
Totally understandable. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
want you to get in trouble or anything like that. We just wanted to hear if there's anything coming up the pike, you know?
Just going for partner.
That's awesome.
We're like 15 average away, which
Whew.
is it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, I'm nowhere near that, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I think whenever you're aiming for the top, it's like climbing a mountain. It's one step at a time and eyes on the prize.
It comes fast though. Sorry, no pun intended. But the sorry, no, fuck. No, but it starts to the growth it comes in fast.
Yeah.
It does. It's just if you can get over that over that 25 to 30 within the first hour, then you start to get recommended more. And when
Yeah.
you start to do that, then it really starts to you start to feel the growth after that. It's really difficult. The Twitch is very, very bad with I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, let's
Twitch is
go.
incredibly horrible when it comes to discoverability. Really bad. Terrible.
100%. With myself, because like Dingy and I, we work together in a lot of content, and I almost have to spell out my complete name to find my channel. And I have
Yeah.
a unique name. Like it's not like Smash Gamer 37 or nothing like that. Oh, little side note: everybody in the chat was ditto. I come fast too. Things of that nature to your comment. So you sparked a lot of commonality amongst the people. So that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Anybody else come fast?
Only the
And
first
hard.
time, never the second time. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
discoverability is very, very bad. It's very insular. They only really want to discover or suggest you to other people who are already in your audience. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's not growing anyone. I mean, that's not growth. You can't suggest me to people who watch me.
Yeah.
Or people who I am friends with, and the people that watch me also watch this person. I don't think that that's actually a very good way of discovering new people. It makes it creates a bubble, and also it is very uh well, it's racist. The algorithm is racist as well. Like it will suggest people that are only like one race to you, unless you start building relationships and interacting with other creators of color. You have to actually interact, and you have to watch creators of color in order to be suggested other creators of color. They will just only suggest to you white people.
That
And it's like tenfold on Twitch. It's really bad.
I don't think in the last just reflecting on this, aside from one person that I met outside of like in a Discord channel, not in Twitch, I think every single person on my channel is a white guy. Not even girls, all middle-aged white dudes.
And listen, you know, like, people get accused a lot, and it is true, you know, that people stay in their bubble and they don't go out and they don't collab with other people from different walks of life and you know, different races, you know, and you know, a lot of that, not everything. I mean, you know, there are people who are just sort of I guess xenophobic when it comes to those things. But a lot of people, it's just that they just don't know anyone else because Twitch doesn't recommend them. You actually have to go out and look for them. And it's just like, if you want to diversify like the streamers that you interact with and your network, Twitch has to have a better way of recommending channels to you. Because there are a lot of people who are just like, well, this is my circle, this is who I know, and it's because Twitch is the one that's recommending those people, you know.
But I think you would agree with me when I say that, like, for us to grow, and not just as streamers, but as people and stuff like that, we cannot sit inside of a bubble or an echo chamber or something like that. We have to meet different people, experience different walks of life, to see different flavors of the world. Like, in the scheme of things, we are ants, specks of dust in the world.
Yeah. My point is that you have to do that yourself. You can't have Twitch do it because it won't.
It's never like I agree. I see what you're saying, and it's never like dawned on me before. Like maybe I am one of those people that are ignorantly sitting in my bubble, just like happily going through life like a fart in the wind or whatever like that. But
right, but I want you to know that, you know, because I've gotten to know you, that's not your fault in terms of like the way that you interact with people on Twitch, though. It's because it doesn't give you a chance to, it doesn't give you an easy time trying to get to know other people.
right, and like the odds of like how would you search that? Like large black male streamers. Like like what are you gonna do?
No, but
Like,
that's the thing.
Just toss that into your Google search and see what comes up.
no.
Yeah, but if it went by the amount the popularity not popularity, I'm sorry, engagement, if it went by engagement and if it went by in certain interests rather than the physicality of a person, then it will be based on entertainment, and entertainment is diverse.
Yeah,
Entertainment comes from everyone,
agreed.
and yeah, and then that's how you learn. That's how you get to know people. You don't get to know people um
Yeah,
others other yeah.
I do like the fact that you called that out. Like, uh, we don't know what we don't know until we know that we don't know it. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
this is
Yeah.
something I've never even heard someone have that thought process before, since never even dawned on me. I literally just go on my algorithm, and I'm a person, I like to just click on, like, go through the list and, like, check people out for, hey, I'm looking for future guests, I'm looking for new friends, I'm looking for people to recruit to my community and stuff like that. I do a lot of that, and I bet you're 97% are middle-aged white males. And cool, that's
Sure.
fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But I
Yeah.
love people of all walks of life. I have nothing against nobody. If you're good to me, I'm good to you.
Well,
Right?
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. I'm not trying to like.
Say anything nefarious, anything like that.
Well, I'm not trying to like make it like a like it's your fault. It's your fault.
I
But
get that.
it because there is a lot that goes into it being Twitch's fault.
Yeah.
I've actually heard a lot about that recently. I'm not going to say any names, but there's a YouTube guy that's kind of hitting hard on Twitch right now about how Twitch operates behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And now that I'm starting to see a lot more of that, I'm starting to question it around every way.
Well, I mean, I can't spill too much information about Dan, interactions with Dan Clancy, but it takes it. Let's just say it took a lot of effort with creators to get guilds up, like Black Guild, um Pride Guild, and all of them. I mean, we're still trying to create more guilds, but yeah, it took a lot.
So
A lot.
let me ask this question for those in the audience and people that in the future that listen to the podcast on Spotify or whatever like that. What could, if our thing is just to meet great content, see cool videos and gamers and stuff like that, what could we do to kind of take the band-aid off of that, to open the doors to just other people? I don't care race, religion, sex,
Sure.
any of that stuff. I just want to meet and greet new people, because that's how I'm going to grow and how I'm also going to experience more of the world and different viewpoints of things, right? Like, is there any
Mhm.
suggestions that you'd make on how we could do that and be more unified as people instead of our individual groups?
Yeah. So I explained it a little bit. You just literally have to go through directories of and find them yourself. You can't you just can't go through recommended. And also, I mean, word of mouth is good too. I mean, just figure out what who you know your other the other people who you've met on Twitch, like whether it be like a somebody who likes to come by the stream and watch, and other streamers like who they're into. But what I did to get out of the bubble that I was in, because I my recommended was a bubble of like the same looking people, is just I had to literally go in and diversify like who I watched. So
Love it.
I just looked at I just found people. My criteria was, are they entertaining? Did they make me laugh? That's it.
I can
Fair
stand
enough.
behind that. I could get behind that. Dingy, you want to take a couple of seconds to catch us up in the chat and we'll move forward?
Yeah. So we'll start here. Jinx said Twitch is terrible at promoting new and smaller streamers. They've
Yep.
always promoted people that have always made it. Who cares about them? I want to know about the smaller streams that I might click with and certainly would rather support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chopper said never a second time, and that's a fact. Brick said no wondering why all my content is sexy girls. Just kidding. He's here with us with the white men, white balding men.
Him? He's a big He's a big brown dude.
That's what made it funnier.
And
Fair.
listen, that's all that was on my recommended. Just big balding men. Just
What-
big balding men.
What
And
about
I'm just
medium
like, no, I don't wanna
balding
see-
men?
I was like, I don't want to talk about changing my tire. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about how much you saved at Costco today. I want to talk about something else.
Fair. You do know that's secretly hilarious, though, right? Like, there's a couple layers of joke in there.
I don't want to pull your finger.
Fair.
Stop. Let's
I
take
forgot
let's
where
take
I'm
a,
at
let's take a
now.
break. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Jinx said, "This is why I suggest the heck out of people to my streamer friends to help them find more people to connect with." Jink also said, "I'm not a white guy. I'm just an elder creature."
Yeah.
Brick said, "Man, random comment, but my dog just passed the worst gas."
Good
I
to
think
know.
he knew. I think he knew I sent that. He got up and left the room with a slow walk, like if he got scalded.
Oh.
Jink said Twitch needs to stop recommending booby streamers to me. Jink, I need to
don't
know how
think
to get on
so.
your side.
I don't think so.
ShopRite also said I never get those either. Brick said I gotta leave and pick up the kids. Have a great stream. Much love. Thanks for coming out, Bricks.
Thank you.
Jink said, and honestly, I feel discriminated from Twitch. I don't use a camera. I prefer my avatar. And so I probably don't get recommended at all. If someone is browsing the category, they're likely to also pass over me.
Yeah,
Sorry
and
about that,
that's
Jink.
because they do it by views. And it shouldn't be by views. It should be by engagement, not views.
I
Love
won't
it.
lie. Typically, when I go into a category, I go search from lowest view.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
just
do
something
that.
I've
Yeah, I do
started
that too.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx said, network more and be open to finding new streamers and supporting them. 100%. And then ShopRite said, not the balding. Oh my god. I gotta look at my skull today.
Okay. Is there anything you've that you haven't tried but you really want to, whether it's a new game, a format, or a type of content there, Fran?
That I want to try?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, actually. I always think about doing this. And I don't think I'll ever try it, but I really want to do uh a Zelda Majora's Mask speedrun.
Okay.
I love speedrunners. I watch runners all the time. That's what I like to watch. And
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people know that. I don't talk about it a lot, but I will literally sit down and watch a 4-hour speedrun. Like a
Well-
randomized one.
Yeah.
Is that something that you do off stream though? Is that like something that you find enjoyed out of?
Yeah,
Or do you enjoy
I think
watching other people doing it?
I love watching other people do it, and I think like I watch it so much that I know a lot of the strategies, and I sometimes I think I'm like, oh, you know what, I should just plan out and then do a speed run of my own offline, and then do one like just for a stream, like
Yeah.
one stream.
It'd be a good mix of pace, but like you were saying earlier, one of your strengths is that the fact that you have a lot of great conversations with your chat and stuff like that. I feel like for your demographic, it might be a tough one where you're sitting there just trying to hyper focus on a speed run, because a speed run's really like you're dialed in. You're going from A to B as fast as you can.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and the people that do speed run, they're like, damn, I lost 0.5 seconds, and I'm like, oh man, that matters. Yeah, it does.
Fair. So to kind of talk towards some of the new people coming into streaming and content creation, what's a common mistake you see new streamers make?
Oh yeah. I think the common mistake is not having a point of view. And if you're really, I mean, like some people just they come in and they do it as a hobby, which is wonderful. Like everybody should be I think that everyone should be streaming if they show a little bit of an interest. I think that it's actually kind of healthy. I don't it gives you especially if you're somebody who is like a recluse or doesn't do good in crowds. Like I think it's really healthy to like interact with people online and
Yeah.
form a relationship with them. But yeah, not having a point of view. If you want to start doing it and eventually make a career out of it, if you don't have a point of view with what you want to do, um it's there's nothing to latch on to for other people.
Yeah. That checks out. I would agree with that. Uh, I always
And
advise to younger people. Sorry, Dingy. When you're playing a game and when you're new, and because I started off streaming to 0, then 1, I tried to narrate my gameplay just to get into the habit of having that conversation and chit chat. And so if someone does happen to stumble in, like, "What are you talking about, bud?" Or it's just something, right? It gets you in that habit. It's building that skill, like you mentioned before, of talking while gaming.
mhm. And that could be somebody's point of view. Like it's just if you don't have a clear uh goal of what you want and plan, you have to treat it like it is a small business. Unfortunately, it's a business. I like to call a streaming a business in empathy, and some businesses, you're doing the numbers, you're taking stock and stuff, and with streaming it is a business in relationships and getting to know people and being there for them when they might not have like a lot of friends, they might not have like a big support system around them. And if you're just you come into the stream and you want to just sit down there and be yourself and talk about the things that you're interested in, that you're going to find people who are interested in the same thing. And that's the business model.
Uh,
Now to have a clear point of view is just simply to focus on the type of game that you like to or the genre game that you like to focus on. It could be that, it could be for you like to do just entertainment and be just, I don't know, like have it be like a 2 drink minimum stand-up routine but for 4 hours. If you don't walk in and you be like, I don't know what I'm doing, then everyone's going to be like, you don't know what you're doing. But that's all right. I mean, I like coming in here occasionally, but when you have something that you have a clear point of view on, then that's what people want to latch onto. That's what they want to watch. When that's the reason for why they're coming to you.
I love the business analogy, and Dingy could attest to that. Everything that we've done and set up, the community, and how we kind of market ourselves is as a business, and it's a business. It's an umbrella style business where like the D&L's above Dingy and I. We work for the business per se. We're the entertainers of the business. Um, that being said, the podcast and then our banter and rhetoric and stuff like that, that is our niche, right? Like people aren't coming because we're all-star gamers. They like the fact that usually it's like Dingy, Bricks, Jank, and a few other people are in here roasting me or whatever that like that. That is our niche. And then the podcast is something where we have to highlight other people and introduce different communities together and stuff like that. So that's I love that analogy. That literally touches a nail with touches the hammer on the nail with what I believe.
Yeah,
Um, what way
that's good.
what is one piece of advice that you think is overrated or just plain bad that new people get?
That you have to create a character. I I think that it makes you incredibly inauthentic. You'd be like, I gotta put my streamer hat on. Like I think that like if you're just yourself, then you find
Oh, you mean
that
like a
people will.
persona?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I was literally
yeah.
like hiding my avatar, my like my logo. I'm like, oh man.
No, 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 no. That's not what I mean. I
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
like
persona.
it, right, because although there are people that do put on a character and they're really great at it, but they have themselves in the character.
Yeah.
And if that is sort of like, but I think that people people saying that you have to conduct yourself in a certain way, I just think that you should just be yourself. But if yourself is terrible, then you shouldn't be a streamer because nobody wants to watch that.
That's fair. So
And if you have to be somebody else in order to get people to like you, then you're not going to go very far. Work
I
work on yourself first.
agreed. I honestly think that unless you're just a garbage human being or a jerk or something like that, I think for all the regular folk out there, there's going to be people that like you because we all have that commonality. Maybe you're a dig Pokemon. There's a ton of other people that like Pokemon, and they're like, hey, this guy's kind of funny. He's kind of like me. I could relate to him. Now I'm a viewer, a fan, a friend, or what. It starts off in that order, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and another thing is, don't get too wrapped up on people growing faster than you when you were in similar situations, or similar places in your stream, because people don't watch you for the weirdest and stupidest reasons, and it's not your business to find out why.
yeah.
It's just the way that it is. Like, some people might not watch you because they literally don't like your voice or they don't like looking at you. And like, if you worry about that kind of stuff, it will drive you crazy.
That's
And I
fair.
think a lot of new streamers want everyone to like them, and it's just not possible. That's not how life works.
I think that's an amazing gold nugget there. And I love how you worded it too with it's not your business.
It isn't,
I
and you can't
agreed.
control it. You
Yeah.
can't
I was
control it
very
at
bad with that. Trying to people please. That's why I had to turn off my my viewer numbers. I would find
Mhm.
my happiness or mentality would kind of go with the numbers. The more people that are in my stream, the happier I am. But then you go from like 5 to 1, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
like,
and the 5 to 1 could just be an ad, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Twitch is really weird. Or they are watching you, but then they switch to a different stream. If you have you can't have more than two. I don't know if you guys know this. You can't have more than 2 streams up, and this just goes for everyone who's watching. You can't have more than 2 streams up. It doesn't count your view any longer after two
oh,
streams.
Is that an actual
So
thing?
yes, it's
when did
IP
that start?
based. It's IP based as well. So if there's anyone else in your household who is on a different account, uh their view won't count if you have 2 streams open because it's all IP based.
Well, I often have 10, 12, 14 people all like literally
Yep.
my window tabs of all different streamers and I like you've seen it. I hop into a stream for 10, 20 minutes, go to the next stream just to try to
Well,
share the
it
love and
will
support people.
right. It will move the view to the one that you're viewing,
Yeah.
but everyone in the background, they don't have a view.
Hmm.
Huh.
I did not
So
know
that's
that.
why you'll see a lot of like fluctuation, especially with people who like to watch multiple streams or network, because they're moving from stream to stream. So yeah, it's IP based. Yeah. So if you're not a streamer and you like to support multiple people, you have to remember only 2 of them are going to get views. And if you open up more, then it's just who you're watching. So it's like if more than 2, it's a view to one and 0 to everyone else.
Yeah.
Right.
I did not know that. I'm bad for exactly that.
Me too.
What's one habit or mindset shift that has helped you improve the most as a creator?
Oh, just letting things go. Especially when it comes to the way that other creators in this on this site view me in a negative way. Because like when we were going back to just viewers or people that watch your stream, um and some vibe with you, some don't. So it could be something as little as like they don't like the way that you look. You have to let that go, but you also for me, like I had to let go of the way that other streamers perceive me, because it's such a weird thing. This platform, it feels, and although I've never been in this situation, but it feels very Hollywood. Because you'll get people who are just like career like streamers, in which a different type of career streamer in which like they're very their persona does not match the offline. And then you get people that like I will go into somebody's stream who I've never talked to before, and I'll be banned. And then I
Really?
would try to yeah. And then I would try to figure out why, and I'll be like, "Could you ask them?" Like I have a friend in common, I'd be like, "Can you ask them?" And then I won't obviously I won't say their name, but I'll give one example. I had a friend who asked them, and then they just said, "I just don't like him. I just didn't want to see him." And I'm like, "Oh, that's it?" I thought that I was getting ready to apologize to this person. I thought I did something wrong. I said it. I thought I said something wrong, but I knew that I didn't. But I was like, it could have. And yeah, just like I think that this platform just sort of makes people a little Hollywood. Like they get really fake. They get into like mm, their circles, and then it's sort of like it gets cultish. It's sort of like we don't hang out with that person. We don't talk to that person. Because we're friends, you don't do it either. And that
Mm.
learning that, and then letting that go, I'm like, that's dumb. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That helped me a lot because I was really stressing about that. I thought that I was doing something wrong, or I was being off-putting, or I was being offensive to other people, and that wasn't the case at all. It's just that they just didn't like me.
I think that's such a weird thing. I don't really understand. Like I'd be with you, like you, if I found out that somebody like blocked me or banned me and for no reason. I think I'd be like, but why, bro? Like I'm a nice guy. Like I'm friendly. People like me. Like why are you being? And then to
See,
find
but
out that it was just a
right.
Hollywood type thing. Ah,
It's yeah, it's the only place in which with human interaction where I've come across this type of thing, and it doesn't feel like normal. It just doesn't feel normal. And I don't know if that it has to do with just me coming from a generation where you didn't have the internet when I was a kid, and and then now like with because this is a very young platform,
yeah,
and then there are people who are ban happy and be like, I don't like his voice, so I'm just gonna ban him. And so he would never come up and recommended, or I never see them again.
yeah.
I just think that is odd. I think that's odd.
I don't think I've banned a single person ever, and I think I've only unfollowed one person, and that's because they constantly like at the Looker 204, at the Looker 204. So it's just blowing up notifications. Like I don't even know you, dude. Like why you keep adding me?
But the
That's
point
Discord.
is
That's not. Yeah, that's
sorry.
Discord, not Twitch, though.
Both.
You can't at anybody in Twitch.
Yeah, you can, but they won't see it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But you
But
get go ahead.
the point for that is that letting that go helps tremendously, because what I found out that when I did actually get to the bottom of the reason why, it actually wasn't important at all.
Fair. Dingy. You want to get us caught up on chat, and then we're gonna move on to my favorite segment, the speed run.
Okay. ShopRite said fire Zelda. He's really into Zelda, and I think he likes the idea of the speed runs.
Oh, I love a speed run, man.
And then Jink said it's not so much the views, but the people who gravitate more to streamers using cameras than they do on Avatar or no cams, and
That
that's
could
really just cuts them off from from giving others a short shot to a streamer that can just be entertaining without a camera. Wow, I struggled on that one.
happen. I do have a PNG that I use when I don't want to be on camera, but I haven't used it a lot lately.
That's good to know. I like that idea. Jonesy said hello. I asked him how he was feeling. He said that he's feeling better. Especially after yesterday. He wasn't feeling the best yesterday. I'm not going to say what it was because it's not my place to say. Jinx said, I don't even know how to say that. So I'm going to skip what kind of obix she is and say that stream is kind of like my social outlet. So yeah, she heard it.
Mm-hmm.
ShopRite said W stream. Jonesy said, I'm going to sit back and watch, to be honest, as this stream is interesting. W podcast for sure. Jinx said, I roast Dingy too. She said
Everybody's
equal.
everybody's roasting Dingy.
It's a nice change, and it's normally me, to be honest with you.
Oh, it's normally you. I
Oh,
was about
yeah.
to say, I'm like, I like it. I think Digi's doing a great job.
Yeah, Dingy's doing a great job. Somebody clip that, please. I suggested that we maybe do a roasting of the DNL crew. I think that would be entertaining.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that idea.
then Jinx said, I myself, I hide behind my avatar. I put my avatar as built behind me. Jinx said, I prefer my privacy, and my avatar and characters gives me that privacy.
I love you missed that comment.
Maybe. I don't know what comment you're talking about. Jinx said, why is my lurking is why my average count is low. I put, I'm sorry, because I tend to lurk very often in her stream. She said, I'm totally blaming you, Dingy. I was like, I'm new. That is a complete looker line, by the way.
It is. I'm new. Same job since 03. Like, literally, I've done the same job my whole life, just progressed up the company and stuff like that. And the amount of times, like, oh, what's going on with this? I'm like, oh, I'm new. And no one believes me, but I always get a good chuckle out of it. And then, like, well, you're still responsible, so fix it, looker. I'm like, oh. Yeah, now Dingy's trying to steal it.
Only when the looker's around. I'll be quite frank. It's only when he's around.
Sure.
I also put, I blame Looker. He told me I was wrong when I tried to explain it to him, that's how it worked. And then Jinx said, this is why we don't listen to the Looker. Looker said, ouch. I then replied, we need to definitely come up with a command that blames Looker. It's Nick came in and said, yo. ShopRite said, nah, that's crazy. I don't know what part we were talking about at that point. Jinx said, it's all your fault, Looker. It's not the platform, it's the attention and clout that minuscules fame.
Minuscule fame. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She also said, yeah, when Fran and I were young, people who didn't like you just told you to your face.
That's true.
That was
usually with one of these.
Yeah. I'm around that same age group too, so I think I'm more at the bottom end of it, but
well, I hate to brag and I don't want to be a gloater, but I've been told ever since I was in my like early teens that I have a very punchable face.
I punched it once or twice.
Oh wow. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think you have a kind face. Maybe that's why they wanted to punch you. Because they're miserable and they want to punch. They're like, why are you so content?
I'm not a big guy. I'm very talkative and I'm very confident in myself. So when people are like, oh, they you know, guys have that Movado and stuff, like, shut up. Like, I don't have to listen to your crap.
Dude.
And
you need that. That's cool. I like that.
So
that's a cool quality to have.
Thank you. So yeah, because of that quality, when you're young, you get beaten up a lot, and I'm not good at running, so I was like, well, time to go get beaten up. Go take your Lex walk home. Yeah, but go on.
I would just see him and run and punch him.
I'm
just
sorry.
because I've seen him. But that might be a
it was
more
me,
of
by the way. I was the person. I was the one punching him.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
feel bad
said
now.
Jonesy said I dropped him a follow. ShopRite said me too.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
And we're all kind of caught up there.
Perfect. So now my favorite round. Dingy, if there's any questions that you haven't been asked or heard before, if you want to hop in after Fran, feel free. Shorty, sorry, Shorty. Fran, Shorty, Fran.
Shorty.
What's your favorite gaming snack?
Oh God. A chicken nugget. I like a chicken nugget.
Beautiful. Outside of streaming, if you're gonna sit back on the couch or sit back on your favorite chair and play video games, are you playing on PC or console?
PC.
All day?
Nowadays. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a song? I have a song. I got my hype theme song, that's my jam song. Do you have a song that's your hype song?
Well, I have a song that plays in the beginning of every stream that I sing along to,
Is
and
that
I
your
sing.
is that your hype song though? Like that's your like in the shower, in the car, when you're like
It's like more like a moody, sad boy, like indie song that I did. But like I don't know, I just love screaming ACAB, which is what like it's actually a cover by Beach Fossils
okay.
down the line. And during the pandemic I did like a 365-day because there was nothing to do. Sorry, I know this should be quick fire, but this would be
No,
really
all
quick.
good, all good. Take your
Uh,
time.
I recorded a new song every day, and then people would just at me covers, and so I would go into like my little recording spot, and I would isolate the guitar, I would do like the piano and everything. Yeah, I would just do songs every day to keep myself busy, and that was one of the songs. So
That's
I
awesome.
just repurposed it for my intro because I don't know, I like it.
I wish I had that talent, editing and making music, or my weakest links, and I do all the music making for us and all the editing for us. So, uh, first video game you remember playing?
Oh, Duck Hunt with my dad.
That's awesome. That wouldn't be my first, but that would be my top game from when I was little. So I feel ya.
Mhm.
One game that you have that you'll never uninstall, never throw away the game or anything like that. One game that's forever.
Final Fantasy 9.
7 was better. Just saying.
Shut the fuck up.
My man.
Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Oh,
Okay, we're back.
okay, I was like, are we doing that? Because that's the second time you said, you gotta pee.
No.
Okay.
I just he was just trying to come and fight you.
Yeah.
There are no breaks in this podcast. I just think it's funny.
Do you have a dream collaboration with another streamer?
Yeah. Granny. I want to collaborate with Granny.
Like the COD Granny?
Sorry.
Which Granny are we talking
Tactical
about?
Granny?
Oh, Granny, the creator Granny.
Oh,
Her name is just named Granny.
okay, so not Tactical Granny.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just so we're talking
okay.
about the same people.
Although
yeah, I was
they're
thinking
probably great.
tactical.
They're probably like wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Most rage-inducing game you've ever played?
Oh boy. Overwatch comp.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh gosh. Honestly, eternal life. I actually do want to live forever.
I think that's the saddest thing I've heard in a long time, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I would
That's
not.
sad.
I would not want to go through an existence of watching everybody I love perish before me.
Oh, well that I never even thought about it like that. I'm thinking of like everyone else living with me.
Okay. So your version's way better than mine because I'm all sad and alone and like 3,500 or something like that, and you're sitting there like, yeah, my friends are here. This is awesome.
Well, now that you put it like that, now I'm sad.
Yeah.
But
Just ruined his hopes and dreams.
I just want to see what happens, dude. Like I just want to see I want to see the advancement of technologies. Like I just want to see everything. I get real sad that I won't be able to see some of that stuff.
Agreed. I feel that. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Oh, well, you know.
Okay, never mind. Moving on. What's something that you don't eat?
Oh, you know.
Okay, moving on. Yeah, I love it how Dingy's just dying there. Little side note, I don't eat chicken, and I haven't in 23 years. No bird, no poultry, no chicken, no chicken
Really?
seasoning, no nothing. I have a
I
phobia.
love it.
I-
Oh, you have a phobia.
A phobia.
Tell me. I need to know about this.
You serious? It's kind of a
Yeah.
real story.
Yeah, why are you afraid of chickens?
No, I'm kind of afraid of like birds in general. Like they kind of like I'll fight a bird. I swear, if the bird's up in my business, I'll fight it. But and I'm not a violent person at all. I never want to hurt it, but it can stay over there. But long story short, I build fences for a living. Okay, I'm a fencer.
Uh-huh.
I'm in Manitoba, so we're in the prairies. There's a Hutterite colony, and somebody bought the land right next door to Hutterite colony, and they built their house right up against the side of the chicken coop. Okay, and there's like 10,000 chickens there or whatever like that. So the family in the colony, they got into a big fight, blah 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 blah, and then I got hired to go build a fence around the cull pile of chicken. Okay, it's where they put all the scraps into a big pile. And this pile is like 60 feet wide, like a 60-foot circle, and 20 feet high. It is a giant pile of scraps. And it's all raw and maggots and feathers and blood and guts and whatever, okay? So, whatever.
Ugh.
I'm in my rubber boots. I'm 20 years old. Me and Buddy are working along. And what we had is this big machine. It's called a hydraulic pounder, and it weighs 150 pounds. And we'd stand it up on top of a 20-foot post, and we'd stand the post up, ding, 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 and pound it into the ground. So the day's growing long, and the guy that I'm working with, he just got out of brain surgery. He had a car accident, so he's just getting back to work. So he was physically weak. And that's not a dig against him, but he was just getting back to work, right? So he hasn't built up that endurance yet. The day's growing long, and I'm like, Buddy, man, you have to help me. I'm exhausted. It's 150 pounds. I'm a little guy, so I'm struggling to lift this post up. And so he's like, hey, Robert, I'll try, man. I'll try. So he goes up on the ladder, and he tries to lift it off, and he literally just grabs it, and he catapults it into the chicken guts. Right?
No.
And it's attached to a hose, so I literally grab the hose, I pull it on, I'm like, oh, and I'm gross. So it's like covered in maggots and feathers and broken eggs and guts. So whatever, I grab a rag and I wipe it all off. And what I didn't keep in mind is that the pounder, where you put the pipe in, it's hollow on the inside. So I grab it, I'm like, okay, screw it, let's go. And I grab it like this, I lift it above my head, and a half chunk of chicken full of maggots and slime and blood and guts literally falls right in my mouth, all over my face.
No,
and it was like a blob, like that big, and just I threw up all over the place. Now I'm sitting there, and I'm in the middle of nowhere in a field, and I'm covered in puke and chicken guts and feathers. And I look over at Buddy, he's just killing himself laughing. So I had to spend the rest of the day, I had to clean myself up, trying to finish the job. And now every time I go to eat chicken, I smell it. Instantly, that smell of that moment comes back to me, and then I instantly feel like I'm gonna puke.
Oh no!
But I know.
Hold on, I'm ordering at 12 p.m. right now. Hold on. Go ahead.
On the
I'm ordering it to his house.
on the second side of things, okay. When Robert is drunk, he craves chicken, and McChicken's the worst chicken of them all. Those little like $3 McChicken burgers, and I get drunk. I order them. And then I get scared of them, so I hide them in my pockets. So here I am. It's 2 a.m. I'm in the club dancing around with smushed up McChickens in my pockets, just having a gay old time. And then I wake up the next morning, usually still dressed or whatever like that, and I got like smashed up McChickens in my pockets. And my wife's like, Robert, why do you always do this? I'm like, I don't know. But it's like literally the second the point of, when like people get drunk, they make that bad decision. My decision is I'm gonna get McChickens and stick them in my pockets.
Just order something else. Why are you ordering a McChicken?
I don't know.
You're a masochist.
No, it's not like that.
The pain is exquisite.
Maybe. I don't know what it is, but it's happened more times than I would want to talk about. And yet here I am talking about it. Thanks,
Looker.
Yep.
I think you gotta read that last comment now.
A time to explore therapy, Looker. I've been there for years. It's still a work in progress. Wendy's or Burger King?
Oh, Burger King.
I'm with you. Wendy's is the popular choice. If you had to survive go ahead.
No, nothing.
If you had to survive a zombie apocalypse with one video game character, who would you pick?
Abby from The Last of Us.
One of my all-time most favorite games.
Yeah. She's my favorite character, and she will fuck everyone up.
Yep, that's fair. The Last of Us and God of War, 2 favorite games of all time.
Now, everyone, I love Joel. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm happy that he's gone. I'm just spoiler. But I love the character. I love the character Abby. I think that it's such a great, well written character and well acted. I think that character gets too much hate. Because if you were in that perspective, if you were put in that perspective, in that world, I think you would have done the same thing.
Agreed, 100%. But I don't think people have they're mature. They're not mature enough to like look at it from her perspective, right? Oh, from my couch, I think it would have gone this way. Who's your favorite childhood cartoon?
Actually, it was David the Gnome, which looking back at it now, creepy. That's so creepy. It's that creepy animation. Do you remember David the Gnome?
No.
Oh, you should look it up.
No, but
It's
I'm
like that.
googling it right
You know
now.
that animation of the early Lord of the Rings series, like the animated series?
Yeah.
That creepy, weird animation that it had, it was like that, but it was a cartoon called David the Gnome, and it was this gnome that had a fox friend, and they would
Oh,
just
I remember that.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
loved David the Gnome.
Okay.
I would see PB and J and watch
Uh,
David the Gnome.
My man.
Just so everybody on my stream can see it. This is David the Gnome. I remember David the Gnome.
Yeah. That's him.
Beautiful. Your dream sponsor.
Oh, I don't have that. Oh no, you know what? Square Enix.
Okay.
I'm a huge RPG fan, and I love Square Enix games. I would love to work with Square Enix.
Fair. So here's a tough one for you. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
Oh, let's keep it interesting. Let's do a horse-sized duck.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must have missed every intro and outro of every one of your streams ever, because my next one, if you had a theme song, what would it be?
I have one.
Yeah, okay, well, that was a lame one. I'm sorry for that one.
All right.
What's one conspiracy theory you low-key believe?
To be honest with you, really, I don't believe in a lot of conspiracies. I think that it's too much effort to cover things up
Fair.
than it is. Yeah. People are really dumb.
Yeah.
Collectively. So like how can this one thing be covered up so well with so many hands? Anyway.
Agreed.
Hold on. I know I can think of something. That there's like ancient civilization like under the rock somewhere. Like Atlantis is there somewhere.
I believe that
I
as well.
believe in that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe in that because that's actually plausible.
Yeah. If you could
Yeah.
swap lives with any celebrity, but only for a day, who would it be?
Pedro Pascal, because I just want to know what it's like to be loved by everyone.
Fair.
Literally everyone. I don't think I know a person who hates Pedro Pascal.
I enjoy
I
him.
know who that is.
He's from what movie is that from? He was just in recently. With
He plays Joel. He plays Joel in The Last of Us, the series.
yeah, but he was in a movie. He's in the meme when he's in the car and he's looking at Nicolas Cage. Not Nicolas Cage.
No, it was. I think it was Nicolas Cage. I think
Yeah.
it was.
And he's
I
sitting
think
there,
I'm pretty. Yeah.
and he has like the cheesy shit eating grin. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
If you could only communicate using one meme for a whole week, what would it be?
Well, yes. That one.
Okay. If you had to eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, chicken bites, chicken nuggets. Sorry, don't mean to trigger you, but I love it.
PTSD.
But I love chicken.
Yeah.
That story still didn't turn me off from chicken. I'm just like, oh, that's so gross. Oh, I hate that for you. But I'm really hungry.
Yeah, fair.
For chicken.
If you could have any animal as a pet, real or mythical, what would it be?
Oh, I'm thinking of cats, but I don't a mythical, real or mythical?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, you know what? I would want one of those fennec foxes, but I wouldn't want them to ever make noise. I want them to be silent. I want them to be mute because they make the most annoying sounds, but they're so cute. They're so cute, but they just whine. They go, yeah. It's just like a whiny, high pitched sound that they make.
That literally sounds like how my wife describes me.
You're like a fennec fox.
Yeah, it's so cute, but he just doesn't
so
shut up.
But, oh my god, when it opens its mouth, I want to kill it.
Yeah. What's your favorite fashion trend? Oh, what? Sorry, I read that wrong. What's the worst fashion trend that you've participated in?
Oh, where I had the before Skrillex, I did have the Skrillex haircut. So
What?
I shaved. I had the shaved side of my head. One of my sides were heads were shaved, and then I had long hair that went down like this way, like MySpace era.
So I had a similar haircut to that, and it is literally like, I think it's like a 24 by 36. My parents blew it up, of my whole head shaved except my, like, about halfway at my head, my bangs, and they were like this long. And
That's
I like
crazy.
tuck them behind my ear, or comb, like put it back like a ponytail, or sometimes I'd like comb them down so they're straight so I could see through them. And
dude, that you're hiding your face, Dingy, but that's what we did. Okay, that's what we did.
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking. I sent him before a picture. It's called the Unibeard, and it's just one big circle of hair, but like in the picture they just have it grown so long and have it tied out as a comb or like a cone. And I was just picturing Looker doing that.
I could have. I can't anymore, but I could have then. If you had a wrestling entrance, what would your walkout song be?
Get your motors running.
okay. I
Head
dig that.
on the highway. Yeah, that'll be mine. But I would enter in with a big wheel.
Ooh, like the car or an actual?
No. Like a kid's big wheel.
Yeah, with the big wheel in the front.
Yeah.
And two little ones in the back.
Yeah. Like the power wheels.
Yeah,
like
okay,
that.
we're on the same page.
Yeah. But like the big wheel was like the kid in The Shining. Remember he's like going through the hallway in the little tricycle big wheel. Yeah, it would be. I would enter in with it because I can still fit it. I'm 5 foot perfect. But I would enter in with that, and that would be the song.
Very nice. If you could, what's one skill you wish you could wake up with tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Oh gosh. Mind control, because I feel like people have lost. Oh no, not mind control.
For a skill?
Yes, mind control for a skill.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like a tangible one?
Yeah, not a make-believe one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like.
Oh, all good, all good.
I didn't mean to explain my my evil plan, like they all do in the end. What's actual skill? God, I'm so good at everything. No, really, looking at in real life, looking at people in the eye when I'm talking to them, because I'm on the spectrum and I don't do that.
That's fair. For me, it would be editing videos. I'm so slow at it, and so mid at best.
Yeah, when you'll get there. I mean, it takes a while. It really does. I was really slow too at first.
Yeah.
And then when you learn all the tricks and stuff, and you can make some presets, and to cut away all the time, and yeah.
Can I pick walking again?
Yeah, fair. Dingy broke his leg like absolutely horribly 2 months ago. 2 months ago.
2 months ago to this day.
Yeah, you're still healing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Still got another month of the air cast. Hopefully they'll tell me then I can start doing physio. Then I have 3 to 6 months of physio. Graphically, I was on a ladder. The ladder slipped out from underneath me. I then landed all my weight on my right foot on top of the rung. So like if you think of a ladder laying down and it kind of has that little hook there.
Yeah.
I landed the arch of my foot on that. All my weight on the one side.
Yeah.
I then I broke, dislocated, and lodged my talus bone back up my leg. Had to go for 2.5 hour surgery. 2 hours of that was just to unlodge the bone and spin it around and put it back in place.
They cut it out?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, it's 2 months to the day. Hopefully in 1 month I will be done with that, and I will be going back to physio, or going to physio for anywhere between 3 months to a year is what they said, to relearn how to walk.
Damn.
Yeah. So, what's your
Yeah.
go-to karaoke song?
I hate karaoke.
What?
Karaoke is meant for people who can't sing.
I can't sing, and I love karaoke. No, I don't like
And
karaoke.
that's why you should do karaoke.
Fair.
I can't sing and
Because
I hate karaoke.
I have a bone to pick with karaoke and people who sing karaoke and actually can hold a tune. I don't think that you should be up there. I think only people who cannot sing should sing karaoke. And I didn't go to school for, like, I went to school for songwriting, but I didn't go to school for singing. But I can hold a tune. I can carry a tune. I can I can be on pitch, let's say. I'm not like, a great,
Yeah.
out of this world singer, but still, I want people to be, off tune, off beat. I want them to just be embarrassing. That's what karaoke is.
Okay.
But what I love to hear is the climb. I love to hear the climb. Oh, I just like them trying to hit the note. I love that. I think karaoke is so entertaining when it's only made for people who can't sing. When you get up there and then you can sing, I get pissed.
Okay.
'Cause I
Start
just feel
throwing them
I
off
feel
the
like you're trying to
stage.
show off, and I don't want you to do that.
Fair.
This isn't your show. This is for us. It's not your show.
I dig it. Last question. What's one movie that perfectly describes your life? Or a show or anything of that nature?
Oh, honestly, Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Which character would you be?
I would probably be the Elaine, but it's just like my life is just like
Oh,
it's just a show about nothing.
fair.
But we make it entertaining anyway. We just
Okay.
find ways to entertain ourselves all the time.
So, are there any so that kind of like wraps everything up. But before we wrap anything up, Fran, is there anything you want to shout out, or where could people find you, and what should they be looking out for?
Oh, well, no, I'm just streaming I cut it down to 4 days. I used to do 5 days. 4 days a week. I might go back to 5 days, but stream 4 days a week. You can find me on TikTok at BoyeFran, and also on YouTube, although I don't do as many long or edited content on YouTube because I don't have the time, but because I'm working on Partner, but mainly that and also Blue Sky rather than X or Twitter. You can find me on
What the
that.
hell is Blue Sky?
Blue Sky is the new Twitter.
Okay.
It's exactly, you've never heard of it? Oh, it's exactly the same thing as Twitter, as what Twitter used to be.
Okay, perfect. And Dingy, any last words from you?
Thanks for everybody for coming out. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Enjoyed your time. Hope you guys enjoyed your time. Once again, this is another podcast, and we enjoyed having you here, BoyeFran.
Oh, thank you.
I
had a lot
blanked
of
so
fun.
hard on that one.
Yeah, honestly, Fran, it's been an absolute slice. I really appreciate you taking the time to have this conversation with us. You've been an amazing guest, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. And yeah, that's a wrap on another episode of the D&L Gaming Podcast. A huge shout out to BoyeFran for coming out and sharing his journey, and of course, a big thanks to my co-host DingiestScroll for holding it down as always. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to check us out on Twitch and Discord. Wherever you tune in, join the community, be part of the conversation, and as always, let's level up together. See you next time.
But go to bed. I go to bed.
Perfect.
I feel attacked by that
I
one.
always wanted to say that.
Updates and the games we love. Rolling the dice or pushing above. News on the block or old school lore. There's always room for gamers and more. It's not follow for follow, it's a place to connect. Creators, streamers, earning respect. Discord open, join the crew. A community built by me and you.
D&L Gaming and everything between.